Hey, Gut Check team. Kate here with Adventure Bound Fitness and Nutrition, welcoming you to day 5 of your 7-day gut health challenge. And I just want to say I'm really proud of you for making it this far. You've had a lot of information kind of thrown at you while you're trying to shift up your diet patterns. And maybe you've been feeling a little tired or sluggish, but you are still here. You're watching the video. And I am really, really excited to have you here and really proud of your progress. Hang in there if you are feeling tired. It is just temporary, and it's okay for us to get used to being uncomfortable at times. Sometimes being healthy takes some adaptation. So today we're going to discuss healthy fats and seasonings and an extra boost to your anti-inflammatory journey. So let's get to it. Day 5. We do absolutely need fats. The old dieting style of, quote, low fat is out. There are a few exceptions to that rule, but overall, we have learned that, once again, quality matters. Not all fat is the same. Trans fats found in things like margarine and baked goods is man-made and dangerous. But omega-3 fats, commonly found in certain fish, flax, walnuts, and more, are very good for you and may even help reduce inflammation. We've been learning how critical fat is for our health, and we're seeing that old fat-free marketing push really backfired on our health as a nation as we took the fat out and instead put in processed carbs. But really, fats are good. They help us provide energy. They support cell function. They protect your organs. They support brain and nerve health. They are a huge part of our hormones and neurotransmitters. They help with vitamin and mineral absorption. And omega-3 balance helps with gut health and inflammation and overall cellular integrity. So when it comes to picking the higher quality, this is sort of a reiteration of the proteins, but you want the grass-fed, grass-finished meats, dairies, and butters, the milk, fats, the differences, again, remember if you're going high quality, then it's okay to have the fat. Free-range eggs, it actually changes up the omega composition a little bit more. Wild-caught fish and sardines are going to be best because they've got good omega, they're going to be higher quality fats in general. The ones that are higher in omegas, you can remember with the SMASH analogy. So SMASH, that's sardines, mackerels, anchovies, salmon, and halibut. Now, the key here, any of those are going to be good omega sources, but the smaller ones, the sardines and the anchovies especially, are going to have less mercury. So those would be the ideal types of fish to choose. But again, I know sometimes people are a little squeamish, but that's a way to remember the omegas. When it comes to your plant-based, avocado and olive oils are common. They're not great for hot heat cooking, like sauteing. They're good for baking or putting on salads. Cold pressed is best. Nuts and seeds and their oils are all going to be good, so pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts, chia, hemp, all those things. Because some of those, the hemp, walnuts, and chias, they all have omega-3s. You can get them as butters, almond butter, cashew butter, sunflower butter. Coconut and its variations, so coconut milk, coconut oil, coconut flour, coconut flesh. That's controversial because of the saturated fat, but to me, the research really points to that type and quality, once again, matters. So the saturated fat from grass-fed beef is very different than the saturated fat from conventionally raised beef. Likewise, coconut is actually a shorter chain fatty acid structure that may not be as damaging. So I am completely okay with coconut being used as an option mixed in with all the other varieties. A lot of people like to use MCT oils, which is often a derivative of coconut oil. And then flax oil is also very healthy. Keep it cold, buy it small. Flax likes to go bad quickly. Keep it refrigerated. So when it comes to fats, there are fats that are just fat. So like butter and oil, basically 100% fat versus the natural fats found in meats. It's going to be some fat and some protein. So in general, if you're doing those added 100% fats like oils and butters and things, you want to aim for around that 1 thumb-sized serving. Oils can be added for cooking. Ground flax can be added to smoothies. Hemp can be sprinkled on salads. Mix and match. Get a good variety. Get the plant-based as well. regarding fat intake and GI symptoms during exercise, fat timing is key to reducing risk of those upper GI issues of the stomach, such as nausea, heartburn, burping, and so on, especially before a run. Fat intake actually slows gastric emptying, which means the time it takes for food to move from your stomach and into your intestines. So if that gets slowed down, then we can't get to that next step, and means you're basically dealing with food in your stomach longer than you may have expected if it was something simple like just fruit that digests much more quickly. So too much fat too close to your event can cause excessive fullness feelings and stomach issue. And this is part of why a lot of supplements consumed during a race or an extended activity are generally going to be more carbs and water, maybe protein for really long things, but you're almost never going to see fat in there. It just doesn't digest as quickly into the body. As a generalization, you want to consume your fats at least 1 hour before exercise to help minimize GI distress. Some people have to give themselves even as much as 2 to 4 hours, depending on the size of the meal, the amount of fat, and your individual tolerance. If you have had your gallbladder removed, this is an auxiliary organ we mentioned briefly that helps with fat digestion. Some people don't have issues digesting healthy fats even after they have their gallbladder out, but others do. And typically, if you have had your gallbladder removed, you will need to be on some sort of bile or digestive support supplement for life, especially if you notice you continue to have trouble or pain. A lot of people are just told to reduce their fat intake to deal with it. But as we just mentioned, there's so many reasons we need fat. So I don't need you to go overboard necessarily, but if you are restricting basically every source of healthy fat because it causes pain after a gallbladder removal, we need to address that. You need those nutrients. You need healthy fats in your body. You need those good omegas and those good different compositions. So we just want to support to help you do the digestion that your gallbladder would have been doing if it were still there. Flavor enhancers. These are basically freebies. So enjoy them, experiment with them. I strongly recommend, as with everything, getting high quality herbs and spices. Go organic if you can. Dried herbs are very concentrated doses of that herb or that plant, and that means very concentrated chemicals and pesticides if used. A lot of herbs get irradiated, so look for the top-notch stuff and get new stuff when you can. Like seriously, how old is that oregano in your cabinet? Check expiration dates. More than likely, you have old stuff. And not only does this diminish the flavor potency, but it can help. It can also add to lessened health properties. Now, herbs and spices are packed with great healing properties when they are good quality. And feel free again to use that salt. Just check for filler ingredients. But these, and real quick also for flavor enhancers, be mindful of condiments. So not just your herbs and spices, but things like mustard, vinegar, sauces. There's usually a lot of added ingredients, sugared and processed junk in those. But typically mustard is pretty good. It's just straightforward. Depending on the brand. Vinegars are typically going to be good, fine. You know, apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, not vinaigrette. Those have sugars. Primal Kitchen is a brand I like. They've got some good dressings and mayonnaises and things like that. And then coconut aminos is a good replacement for soy sauce if you need to get soy out. So those are some ideas. And they are just so magical. There's so much goodness to herbs and spices. This is just a super small sampling of some of the many, many benefits of herbs and spices. So turmeric blows others out of the water. This is such a good one. It's an antioxidant, cancer fighter, anti-inflammatory. Cinnamon, anti-inflammatory, helps regulate blood sugar. Rosemary helps boost immune system, stimulates circulation, can improve digestion. Ginger, anti-inflammatory, immune support, cancer protective. Thyme, antioxidant, protects your cell membranes. It's good for the gut microbiome. Basil, anti-inflammatory, also has additional cardiovascular benefits. Black pepper can actually help with digestion and proper stomach acid levels. It's an antioxidant. There's some thought it may help break down fat cells and help with weight loss, but I feel that's fairly controversial, but just so much more, just an idea. So just be sure to add some fresh or dried, high quality herbs and spices to your foods daily. So wrapping that up briefly, fats are important, get plant and animal based, quality still matters, and herbs and spices are a powerful tool in your health tool belt. So use them. Today's action steps, accountability task, try out a new nut or seed product or a new herb or spice, share it with the group, #70C. Then again, if you are feeling the need for some help as we're wrapping this up, check out the monthly menu subscriptions for help with meal plans. If you're here on day 5 and you still haven't quite figured out how you're eating yet, just even get 1 month just to give you some help there. So if you are struggling with that, just get that subscription and help follow that healthy eating pattern. So as always, all the links you need for today are in the email. And if you have questions, share them in the Facebook group. Stay strong, stay empowered. I'll see you tomorrow for day 6, at which point we are going to get into vegetables and runner's trots and start to wrap up.